John. Hold on. It's recording, all right?
Right now.
Hey everybody, this is Talik, your boy Leak. I'm here with Sammie from Bad Boys Club Season 4. NYC in the building. What's up, Sammie? What's up?
What's going on?
Chilling. I'm gonna ask you start off with the first question. What makes you a bad boy?
Alright. What makes me a bad boy is living by your own standards, standing up for what you believe in, and not having to fight to get your point across.
That's dope. It's like the most meaningful, or the most, like everybody said what makes them a bad boy. That's probably like the most one that makes sense.
Because I feel as if that's what most people believe in. Like they feel like, oh, if I fight and I do this, it's gonna show everybody that I'm bad. But in all reality, you make yourself look stupid.
That's true. When you first entered in the house, like, how did you feel about each people that was there already? I mean, when you first entered in the house, how did you feel about the boys that was in there? Was there welcoming? There's some people that had attitude because we know we don't see everything that goes on camera.
Yeah, so when I was the last boy to come in. So, when production told me, like, all right, all the boys in there already, I'm like, okay, Sammie, this is the Bad Boys Club, so be with anything, expect anything, like, just be ready. So, I walked in there, whatever, and they kind of was already having their own conversation already. But when I walked in, I felt like the eyes on me, like, I was like, these niggas
is fly.
It was like, I was like, all right. So, like, I walked in, I gave everybody a pound or whatever, and my first impression of everybody, at first, I didn't think I was going to like Ty. I know this already. I already told him. I didn't think I was going to like Ty. Like, when he was looking at me when I first walked in, I felt like he was going to, like, be like, oh, I'm like this straight nigga right here. Like, fuck this nigga. Like, but, he definitely turned out to be cool. O'Neal was cool off rip. Like, he was just, like, cool, genuine already. Rel, I felt like he was crazy as shit. Like, he was telling us stories about he almost killed somebody. I was like, you killing me? Who the fuck is Karan casting? Like, fuck no. DeAndre was aight. So,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you watch my reviews. I don't know if you watch my reviews. I said that the way you came inside the house was like it was funny. Like you just came straight in, just shaking everybody's hands like you owned that shit.
I mean,
that's what he.
I definitely had to because I feel like everybody was already ready, so I just had to like.
Yeah.
Let them know, like.
It's like you fit right. It's like you fit right in though. It's like you just came in and you fit right in. What did you think about the show before you joined it, and do you still? I mean, what did you feel about the show before you joined it, and do you still feel the same way now that you lived through it?
Okay. Before, I actually was watching the seasons. This is hard for most of the fans to believe. I was actually a fan of the show before the show even came out. I mean, before I watched like season 1 and season 2, and I was a fan of it. And I was me and Karan was talking before season 3 even came about.
Yeah.
So we was kind of cool already. And then he was doing the season 3 because initially we were supposed to be season 3. He was like, oh, he's doing it in New York or whatever. So I was like, oh, word, like, bet, like, I'm with it. Like, so I made the audition tape, but we end up getting pushed to season 4 because things got messed up, things didn't go the way it's planned. So season 3 became another Boston season, and then season 4 was us. So we got pushed back an extra season. So when he definitely did come out here, I was like, finally, like, fucking 3 years.
Turn up time.
Get shit ready. But before, I thought it was cool, but I definitely thought that people was coming on there trying to portray something they wasn't, and most of them just came on for extra camera time. Don't get me wrong, it was good. Most of them, did what they had to do. Most of them was real, but I definitely felt like most of them did come in on some just ready to fight shit. Like, that's how I generally feel. That's my opinion. I can't speak on everybody else's opinion, but That's personally my opinion on how I felt about the seasons before.
Yeah.
And now I still feel the same way, but I just feel like our season is more of like real problems. You're gonna see me cry more at the end of the season because it's like
yeah.
stuff that I had to handle and stuff that I went through. So I definitely just feel like this show is like Karan's peak.
Yeah, his best show so far. It is. I told him that, and I told everybody else that, but this is like his best season so far. The editing, the camera, and how everything look is so much better. What do you think about the whole Rel situation? Because the episode 2, it was like that shit was getting tired, and they kept telling Rel like he wasn't speaking up. He was quiet.
I felt like I was standing up for Rel.
Yeah.
Like through episode 1 and 2, if people see it, people don't, I'm gonna let y'all know. Like I was definitely stepping up for him because I felt like, okay, like everybody's coming at him. I don't want to hop on that bandwagon and bash him with them. So I was definitely trying to like end the situation. Like, okay, we've been arguing about this from the party to the E train to the A train to like I was definitely over the situation. So I'm like, yo, everybody just shut the fuck up and drop the situation because I'm not gonna keep sitting there and everybody's beating on. He's like, it's like beating on a rubber doll. It's like beating on Chucky. Like he's not doing nothing.
Do nothing
y'all see that? Y'all should just drop it. Like it's over with. So everybody stopped until like DeAndre made the fucking drunk comment, and I was just like, oh shit, DeAndre, look what you done started, nigga. But other than that, like I was definitely trying to end the situation. Like I was just like, yo, like that's it. Like I wasn't gonna jump on that bandwagon like I said. So I was just like, yo, Rel, like don't feel like you got to do something different because somebody else is telling you that you have to. I was getting upset with him because he's like, oh yeah, like I'm not gonna be quiet. Like I can change that. Like do not. Don't ever let somebody tell you like you too quiet. You gotta change how you're going home. I'm gonna be like, it's not rocking with me. Like I'm not going home. I just felt like it was too early to judge him because, it's the first episode, so not really everybody's going to just come out like, oh yeah, like, yeah, I'm this person. Like maybe he wasn't like that. That's what I was telling O'Neal. But, I definitely wasn't going to go and argue with them because they wanted to handle the situation. But I was just trying to end it because it was keep going on and on and on, and it wasn't getting nowhere.
Yeah. What did you think about the second episode when Deshaun and Lawrence came?
Like this is funny because Deshaun really wrote me the other day. He was like, "You watching out for me?" Because I definitely felt like I said in my confessional, like y'all saw it. I definitely felt like he was like being nice so that he could like get everybody on his side, and then when he got us on his side, he was just like, "I'm cool now, like I can chill." But like I said, like I have no problem saying what I have to say.
Yeah.
That was my first impression. I don't feel like that now about him, but that's how I felt then.
Yeah.
And Lawrence, I really didn't feel too much for him because it was like the first time we initially filmed. You came, we went somewhere else, and you left, and then you came back.
Yeah.
So, and there was definitely some Facebook beef too. I was like, oh, if you come to the reunion, you're gonna get Julied or whatever. So I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, what did you think about, like, I don't know if you saw it, like, when y'all was filming, but when O'Neal was like, I want to start a fight, and him and Deshaun was shaking hands, like, what did you think of it?
Oh.
Because for me, it was entertaining.
I told them both, like, that's some manipulative ass bitches. Y'all niggas, like, their plan just came out of nowhere, like, they was just like, I want to see a fucking fight, like, and then, I just think Lawrence and Rel is stupid because you're your own person. Yeah. And to let somebody put a bug in your ear about something else to get you to fight is just so stupid. Like,
it's like you're gullible.
Like, they both stupid. Like, they stupid. Like, that's like you telling me something. I'm like, okay, I'm going to fight him now because you told me this. So,
yeah, y'all was all looking crazy. Like, the fight. It looked like it looked like a really good fight because I guess they'll get into it next week. But it didn't look like that good of a fight.
I definitely think there was more hits that was left out, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know if he's gonna put it in there, but I definitely I was on some Hulk shit when I was breaking it up, because I wasn't trying to get hit. So I was like, if any one of y'all motherfuckers hit me, I'm fucking y'all up. Like, I wasn't trying to get hit, but I didn't want him to keep getting beat up, so I was like,
Yeah.
trying to break up.
What about at the I know y'all was at Fridays and stuff like that. And my favorite is I just knew y'all was there. What about when DeAndre made that appetizer comment? That was funny. Like, you were sitting in the middle of it. That's the funny thing. I mean, Deshaun, he made that appetizer comment saying that, oh, no, it's begging for appetizer.
That y'all didn't see. I thought y'all didn't since the episode already came out or whatever.
Yeah.
So, during the fight, I lost my wallet.
Oh, damn.
So, I'm like, okay, like, we going to this place. I lost my bank card. I'm just like, I called my bank and I was like, oh, this happened. So, they ended up shipping me a new one. But before that, so I was like, damn, like, I only got $20 on me or whatever. So I'm not the type to come out and be like, yo, can you buy me food? Like, but I had money, but Deshaun was he offered, he was like, yo, if you need it, like, I could buy you something to eat or whatever. I was like, okay. So O'Neal was like, if he was gonna buy appetizers like that, I think Deshaun took it as he was begging for him to buy him an appetizer. So Deshaun was like, you don't got money? What you begging for appetizer? And then O'Neal was like, hold up. You trying to come at me? Like, nobody asking for no appetizer. Like, I got money. What the fuck is wrong with you? So I was just like, all right, like, I'm in the middle. Like, stop. I don't want no swinging around me. Like,
yeah.
So
it was
I
funny.
definitely think the situation was funny.
What about the whole story, you know, DeAndre was telling at the table and stuff like that? Like, about his uncle. Not, like, judging it, but, like, how did you feel? Like,
I felt like even at the table, I got a little teary-eyed because I feel like nobody should ever have to go through that.
yeah.
Like, for anybody to go through that, it takes a lot for you to even share that on camera, you know?
Yeah.
So I definitely was supportive to him, like, yo, if you need anything, like, I'm here for you, you can talk to me, whatever. Because I definitely want to be there for people that go through things like that, because if I was going through that, I would want somebody to have my back and to talk to about it. So.
But it was dope to see him talk about it. That was dope, you know, like to share his story.
I'm definitely gonna hear more stories like that because you know we all have problems within each other. So.
Yeah, I know episode 3 doesn't air until Monday night. Sunday, you know, has a release. But how do you feel about the replacement Nova? Because we see him in a clip next week, and everybody's about to pop off next week. Like, so many fights, so many arguments. Like, how do you feel about Nova?
I'm about to see some real, but anyways, Nova when he first came in, I thought he was genuinely cool. Me off the back when people first come in, I feel as if I gotta have that little distance between us before I get to know you really, because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, this is my nigga, and then I hear some other shit.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what I did with Nova. I kind of was like, oh yeah, that's my nigga because he's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like it kind of got flipped. I'm not gonna really get into it because I can't get too much. But what I can say is I kind of put him on my ally side too quick before anything, and then it got flipped, and then I got tight. And then, I mean, as for right now, we kind of okay, I guess. But at that moment, I think I just put him on my ally side too quick.
Okay. I had to ask you this question because, you know, you're the only straight person on the show. Like,
of course.
When you first came on there, like, you see, like, because I know if I was straight, I'd be like, oh, all these gay, you know, I'm the only straight person there. How did you feel, like, being the only straight person? Did you kind of wish there was another straight person there with you at any time?
I felt like this. I felt like I committed myself to the show.
Yeah.
But Karan never said, oh, you know, Sammie, like, this is a gay show, you know? So, I mean, I'm definitely, like, I was never homophobic. Like, my mother brought me up, like, oh, like, don't be that way, like, just because everybody else is that way, you feel me? So I was definitely like, okay, like, even though that was my first time being around a whole bunch of gay people, they was definitely, like, cool. Like, none of them tried to, like, put their hand in my pants or nothing. Like, it was never like that. They was all just, like, cool, like, so they never really tried nothing like that. Shit, I wasn't gonna be with that, but it was all cool or whatever. Like, it was just like being around a whole bunch of straight niggas. Like, yeah, some of them are gay, some of them are bisexual, but at the end of the day, they're human. They shouldn't be judged or treated any different.
Yeah, that's why I said in my review. I said I could fuck with Sammie because Sammie, you come around a lot of gay niggas, it still fit in and still stand out. Like some of us gay people are very dramatic. For you to like
Yes.
go on a show and just like fit in with some of them and still stand up and be heard and have a voice, I give you props to that. Do you have any beef with anybody in the house?
I mean, it's the Bad Boys Club. You gotta have beef with somebody. Like, it's bound to just. I'm gonna say no. I don't have beef.
Okay.
I'll put it like that. But I do have targets.
Okay. You don't have beef.
I was riding out this season, like, I'm chilling or whatever, but, I mean, at the reunion, there's definitely going to be some stuff that has to be handled.
Oh, shit.
That's for me saying beef. Do I have beef with anybody right now? No.
Do people have beef with Sammie?
I mean, if they have beef with me, that's their problem.
Yeah.
I don't got time to really stress that, dealing with too much, even let them get to me or whatever.
If they were to do like do the grapevine, I heard that they're trying to do like a Bad Boys Club redemption.
Redemption?
Yeah, would you do something like that if the opportunity came up?
I definitely would, and I say I would because, one, I know Karan would ask me. That's first. Second, I feel like I can help a lot of those other boys from the other seasons, because even though, like, I'm not the baddest, I'm not the toughest, I'm not the best fighter,
yeah,
but I genuinely feel like what I can bring to the show, they can really learn from. Like, if some of them don't bring their pride up and shit, I definitely feel like I can teach a lot of them stuff and actually learn a lot, because it's a learning experience.
Listen, Sammie, I don't know, man. Them boys are crazy in Boston.
I mean, the Bad Boys Club, so.
Yeah, they watching these seasons. How was your casting process? Was it easy? Like, did you like when you made your casting video and everything? Was it easy? Like, did you get a call immediately back, or you had to wait for a long time?
I'm not gonna lie, like, Karan was getting me tight. Like, he made me wait. And, like, I was there, like, the first one to make a fucking casting tape. So I'm like, I was emailing him, like, yo, am I on the show or not? And then, like, after, like, 3-4 weeks, he was like, oh, yeah, like, you're kind of the first one already I choose. Me and I think Ty was actually the first two to be chosen for this season as originals, so.
That's good. Like next week, I know you can't say much, but DeAndre, like, as I watch, and he's not sticking up for himself, like, he's not saying, like, y'all focus on Rel, but DeAndre doesn't stick up for himself. Like, can you say anything?
That's kind of what.
Can you say anything, like, in the season? Does he finally stick up for himself, or does he stay quiet? Because I see a lot of Twitter thugging. I do see a lot of Twitter thugging, Facebook thugging that he does. But on the show, he's just quiet and shut. Because next week episode, it looked like O'Neill's going off on him, and he's just sitting there taking it.
I'll definitely say this much. I definitely say after what happened that night, it was never really anything else that happened with DeAndre to where DeAndre had to stick up for himself. I do wish, like, I was sitting there looking at him like, I can't just sit there and let somebody be mad close to me talking about, you mad fake, you mad this. Like, okay, all right, if you're not a fighter, at least make yourself known. Like, voice yourself, voice how you feel, at least have a voice for yourself. Like, if you don't have a voice for yourself, then you're really nothing on a show.
Yeah. Because
it's going to be times when people is going to come at you and they're going to say stuff, and it has to be that point to where you either have to fight that motherfucker or you have to stand up to that motherfucker. Just sitting there gives them the power to keep doing it, because they know that you're not going to do anything, which makes you look weak.
Earlier today, I was on Facebook and stuff like that. I got to add you on Facebook. I was on Facebook, and, like, one of my friends, like, posted, I guess some blog posted y'all show today, or whatever it was, and they labeled it a gay show. I don't know why they did that. Like, how do you feel about that? because I was like, my friend posted the link and was like going in. So, me knowing Karan and actually talking to some of y'all, I was like taking up for y'all. I'm like, the show not even that bad. Like, it's a good show. They dealing with real issues and stuff like that. It's like, how do you feel about, people label a gay show, and how do you feel like people thinking it's fake? Like, they think it's fake and everything. They think y'all all know each other.
Okay, I feel like this, and I'm gonna say this. So I'm gonna start off how I feel. How I feel is that people out there, the fans and stuff, are equal to their own opinion. Yeah. Never am I gonna sit here and dwell on everybody else's opinion, because if I did, I'll be dead. Therefore, they're gonna think what they think, and they're gonna say what they say. But at the end of the day, if I know what I know, that's all that really matters to me, because people are gonna talk. You feel me? But I'm not gonna let that talk faze me, or let that talk get me hyped up for no reason. Like, okay, you think it's a gay show, you think it's fake. At the end of the day, what we do here is real. When we fight, it's real. We really punching the shit out of each other. Like, we really fighting each other to kill each other. Like, that's just how it is. All the drama, it's real. We actually, unlike the Boston seasons, no shade to them, it's small there, so they all kind of know each other.
Yeah.
As for us, we came in here not knowing any of us. Like, all of us came in like not knowing any of us. But yeah, they might think it's fake because we might have little dramas that happen off camera, but they have to understand we're not in the house like the Bad Girls for 3 months or whatever.
Yeah.
We film, we go home, we go about our lives, we have social media, and then we come back to film again, and we have to film again. So you have to understand that we're not in the house for a long period of time. So sometimes there's going to be some beef in there that they're not going to understand. We're going to try to help them understand it, but we're not in the house for 3 months all the time around each other 24/7. I think that happen, but
like you just said about like y'all go home, y'all come back and film. Do you feel like social media plays a big part in some of y'all beats? Because people can go home and then talk trash on Twitter and Facebook, but when you see them in filming, it's just like they on mute.
I definitely feel like social media plays a big part. I definitely feel like whatever happens at filming, we shouldn't go running our mouths about it on like social media, because then we give the fans a lot, and then we don't want to do that. And then I definitely feel like social media we shouldn't have any of. I feel like each of us bad boys shouldn't have each other on social media, because then people say stuff and then we see it and we just like, hold up, but you're not like that on our show, so what's up? So I definitely feel like social media plays a big part.
Like I said, I know you can't talk about a lot of stuff. Like, all right, but the opening fight for y'all season, Deshaun versus Lawrence. I see that you were there. I think you were. Yeah, you were there. You were there. Like, can you let everybody know how real that fight was? Like, I know you can't say, but
that fight was real as shit. My black ass was stunned. My black ass was stunned. I'm standing there like, this nigga just really did this. I really, honestly, I really felt bad. That's why I ain't even let Lawrence go back and get beat up again or whatever, because he was already gushing. Like, I felt bad. His hair was all falling out. Like, I just felt bad for him. But I definitely, I'm gonna say this. I felt bad for him, but if you're gonna talk that shit, you better be able to back that shit
listen. I said the same thing.
The Bad Boys Club, you know what to expect.
I told Karan, I said, I don't know if I can review the episode, because I watching that clip or preview. Like, I felt that through like the whole YouTube screen. I'm like, yo, he really got his ass whooped and stuff like that. And now watching the show and see how Deshaun is, I really didn't expect that out of Deshaun. Like, he turned into a whole nigga.
None of us, none of us really expected that from Deshaun, because Deshaun is like that calm, cool, like, I'ma just sit here and do what I gotta do for me type of nigga. But Lawrence is just a liar. He's a liar.
Yeah, I was like, I felt bad. Then I was like, I don't know what Lawrence did. And then I see some of the clips for next week. Like, he's talking that shit. So I'm like, talk shit, you get hit.
Definitely let it up to it.
Yeah, a lot of people, like I said, go back and people think that shit is fake, but that was real. Like, that was really, really real. What do you think about?
Like he was hitting him. It's not like he was hitting him and then Karan paused it and put fake blood on his nose.
Yeah,
and then refilmed
that was I felt that through the screen. What do you think about? Do you have any favorites from past seasons that you was like, oh yeah, I fucked with this person?
Yeah, I had around about 2 or 3.
What's the names?
yeah.
Brain freeze.
I definitely like. I like from season 1, I think it was. I like Lewis because like he wasn't really doing too much. Like you know how people like tend to like do too much, but like most of the fights he had was fights that he had to have, and like most of the time he was real, and so he was one of my favorites when I was watching the show.
What about season 2?
Season 2. Probably
We'll just tell you who my fave was. You're probably the same person.
I don't know, but
mine was Lenny. I don't know if you feel the same.
I liked Lenny because like he was funny or whatever, but I definitely feel like he did too much.
But he was beating ass, so that's what I'm saying.
Well, sometimes the show ain't all about beating ass.
Yeah, that is true. That's why I like y'all season a lot more. What about season 3? You have a favorite for season 3? Or if you watch season 3?
I watched season 3 here and there or whatever. I definitely think Colin was whack. Like,
yes, whack. Him and his whack ass cousin.
He was talking all that shit. Him and his cousin was talking all that shit. And then when they got to the reunion, they was doing shut mouth. His cousin said he was going to punch somebody. Karan asked him, "Oh, when you going? Do you have something you want to address?" Nigga said, "Not right now."
Yo, you know what's crazy? What? You know what's crazy? I just posted that video on Karan page today. I posted a video on Karan page from that reunion when he said he's going to punch Josiah in the face or whatever like that. What can we expect from you?
And then he watched his cousin get beat up. Like, what? You watch your cousin get beat up, you just standing there like, fuck that. Either I'm breaking it up or I'm fighting you for my cousin.
I'm just going to be like, y'all get done and I got next. That's how I be.
Yeah, like, that's not about the rock.
You know, you just go with my cousin ass. It's either y'all stop this shit, I got next, or you gonna get rocked. What can we expect from Sammie on Bad Boys Club?
What you can expect from me is kind of trying to be a little peacemaker at times. Definitely, I can't talk stuff out at times. Like, I tend to, like, get loud or whatever. I'm trying to still work on that because I don't want to be that person to be that I can't sit here and be like, listen, I don't like that you did that. It's like, I'm always like, I don't like that you did that. That shit is, like, I'm trying not to be that person because as I grow, I don't want to have to keep doing that because I'm not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Because people are just going to look at me like, oh, that's that nigga that can't talk. He always just want to yell shit and he always just want to get mad just like that. Like, so definitely being on a Bad Boys Club, that's something that I'm definitely trying to work on.
Yeah. I want to say something real quick. It's probably all topic and stuff like that. I wanted to say, I know you're going through a lot of stuff like that with your loss and everything. And how old are you?
I'm 18.
All right. You still in high school or you out of high school?
I graduated in June.
I know you're going through a lot and stuff like that. And I just wanted to let you know, don't, try not to let too much affect you and stuff like that. Now, I'm 24, and when my grandma died, and my grandma was like my mom and stuff like that. Like, she raised me and all that shit. And that shit affected me, and affected me in school and stuff like that. I ain't go to prom. I ain't want to participate in shit. I was in the hallways and shit like that, like cutting class and shit like that. I just want to let you know now. You need, like, don't let that discourage you and stuff like that. Cause I know it's hard. Like, I know it's hard. Trust me.
I definitely, like, have to be strong because I have 2 younger siblings. So it's like, I have to be that strong role model for them so that they can see, okay, my big brother's being strong to this, so let's be just like him and do the same thing. Because, like, they're young, they're like 8, 4. Like, I don't want them to have to be all depressed at a young age about, like, stuff like that. So I definitely try to be strong for them, even though at times it's just like, damn, I cannot do this. And I have that time a lot on the show that you're going to see. And, like, it was definitely hard for me to even open up about that on the show.
Yeah.
So.
Like, like I said, I know exactly what you're going through. Like, I just don't want to see, I don't want to see nobody make the same mistakes I made. Like, I just, like, did, like, a bad road. Like, I ain't do, like, no drugs and shit like that. I probably smoked a little weed, whatever, and I was just cutting classes. I didn't care about shit, whatever, like that. I blamed it on myself and stuff like that. But just always remember, like, I tried to be strong and stuff like that. But while you being strong for others, just make sure you got somebody to be strong for you and stuff like that. Because it's going to be, it's, like, you said it just happened. It's going to be times where you're going to need somebody to lean on and stuff like that. Even if you gotta cry, you gotta cry, shit like that. Like, you're gonna need somebody to lean on.
I definitely want to say this real quick. Like, I definitely appreciate most of the boys on the show, because most of the boys, like Ty and O'Neal and Deshaun and some others, they definitely reach out and they definitely do support me through this time or whatever. That's why I say, like, this season is different. Like, it was hard for me to come out and be like, to everybody on the show on camera and talk about my father. I actually got a little teary-eyed too, because it's hard for somebody to do that, especially when the wound is still so fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, losing your father is not easy, but it's something that you have to try to come to part with.
Yeah, I know that must have been, like, real, real hard. I don't know what episode we're gonna get it in. I know you can't say much, but I know that's probably gonna be like one of them hard episodes and stuff like that. Like, stuff like that, like I could respect, like, you talking about that. I could respect DeAndre, talking about stuff, because it's crazy that the shit that DeAndre talked about, like, him getting beat. That shit happened to me too when I was young, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, this shit is real. Like, I want everybody out here to know that this shit is fucking real. Like, it can't get no realer than people sharing their deep stories, these secret personal business. Like, they don't have to open up, but y'all open it up. And I respect that about this season. It's like, there's nothing fake about this season. Most of y'all real, from what I see from the camera. I heard some things about some people in there, but, I can't say that I can't say that about. Hopefully the season is a good season. Hearing good things about the season. I hear some crazy ass fights that's come, but I can't say nothing. I can't spill the tea.
Let me just spill this real fast. When y'all after the season go, like, if y'all think the season was crazy, I haven't seen anything till y'all get to that reunion. I'm just saying that.
Oh, I'd have to ask you one more thing. Like, what do you feel about these fans that be on these pages? Like, I'm coming to the reunion to fight so and so. Like,
I've been waiting for this question, because this is what I'm gonna say to y'all. If y'all see this, if y'all think that y'all coming up on that stage to fight anybody, we're a little brotherhood. You coming to fight one person, we all getting up. That's just how that's going. You're not about to. Y'all fans, like, I understand y'all get upset with us because of the things we do, but we're human. We make mistakes. We're gonna do things that you're not gonna like. But for y'all to even come and talk about something, y'all gonna come to this reunion, fuck this person, fuck that person. No, that's not about to go there. If y'all coming as fans, and y'all gonna sit there and y'all gonna respect us, because we're gonna respect y'all. But if y'all think y'all coming up on that stage trying to fight somebody, y'all gonna get laced. I'm telling y'all that now.
I heard it here from Sammie. Anybody try to get on that stage, they getting their ass whooped. Hopefully
There's no need for that extraness. Y'all want that camera time, none of that. Like, stop. Like, I can't even talk anymore because I'm upset.
Hopefully I'll be there, I do want to come, but it's getting a little crazy. Everybody want to fight people on the stage for no reason.
For no reason, like.
Yeah, it's stupid. But that's good. No, actually, it's bad, but I think y'all the only season that get it popping like that. This is the first season I heard that somebody want to fight somebody, like fans want to come to fight.
They trying to have a Diamond and Asian situation, come on the damn stage trying to pop with, like, get out of here.
But I'm gonna let you go, man. Tell everybody where they can follow you at on Twitter, Instagram.
Y'all can follow me on Twitter, ASAP_Kilroy. And then, I'm not giving y'all my kid because y'all about to blow my shit up. Facebook, Lays with 2 E's, Cole with 2 E's. And I'm not giving y'all my Instagram either because y'all probably going to be on me. So, that's it. Y'all can have those too. That's it.
You funny as shit. Alright, peace out, man.
Alright.
Alright.